Hello, I'm Gordon the Gorilla, and I've taken over the YouTube channel. So this is all going to be about me. Hello everybody, how is everyone? I didn't know how to keep that long going for. I was like that, my arm's aching. How are you all? Let's go through the hellos and welcomes. So we got Anne Twinger Paranormal. Hello. Daniel, hello. Dreadmare. Get to that in a minute. I'm assuming, yeah, so it's Chris is currently on as Dreadmare. Sean and Sandra Lewis, hello. Bristol Paranormal Hunters UK, hello. Kate, hello. And Wellesley, Alex, hello. How are you all? Gordon and his banana. Yeah. I'll tell you what, right? He was all ripped at the bottom and everything. And my mum put him in the sink and washed him and then sewed him up and then said, if there's anything attached to this, be nice because I've sewed you up and fixed you. That's what my mum said. So, yeah. And funny enough, this live is pretty much going to be about, well, I'll put out questions of what you lot are wanting to say as well, and I'll also say if anybody wants to hop in and say stuff themselves, I might try a different method today. So those of you that are on the Discord channel for Haunting the Truth, there might be a way for me to just like get you in with like voice and then maybe video as well, because the other method seems to have issues with echo and stuff, and I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, basically, this is all going to be about, is it possible that doing all these crazy investigations and going to all these crazy places and, you know, taunting, which some people say is really stupid and dangerous, is it possible that something could follow that? Because there's a couple of people that think and say that, you know, I've got something around me and maybe the team is haunted, or sometimes we think maybe the footage is haunted. That's basically what this is going to be about, in a nutshell. A couple more people coming in. Let's have a little gander. Dave. Hello, Dave. Haunted Sessions. Hello, Jason. Everyone's just sort of saying hello. So yeah, I mean, if anyone else has had like things like this happen as well, and you want to talk about it, then let me know. Maybe I should have asked you in advance, but I like to wing it, spur of the moment, you know, as you do. And also, machine, Mr. Gorilla at the beginning. If those of you don't know what this is from Halfway Farm, and well, let's just say, went there to do exclusively a Dreadmare episode, because obviously we've done quite a lot under Haunted the Truth, and Sean was kind enough to invite me and drive me down there. So I took a basic couple of cameras and helped film with him and Stu for Paranormal Walks, and put together something. Everyone's put together something which is pretty decent. And on Dreadmare, after this, the second part, which is damn scary, of what happened there, is going to be out. So make sure you tune in for that. Let's have a look. Who else has joined? God, these comments. Sandra. Hi, Wellesley, blah, 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 blah. I've seen that one already. Hi, Dan. Hi, Kate. Hi, Dreadmare. Hi, Jason. Hi, Kate. Everyone's hello-ing to everyone else who's hello-ing. Right. Sorry, I missed everyone. Spilt her drink, pain in the ass. Well, was it red wine? Because now you need to put white wine on it. And I don't know what you have to put on that to get the white wine up. I know it wasn't wine. So, here's the thing. We recently... Oh, any plans of renting out any more places in the upcoming weeks? Well, we are going to a location, but we're doing it as part of like a episode-y stuff. As for event stuff, I don't know yet. I need to look into it. But yeah, talking about farmhouse and that place. So I mentioned a minute ago that after this there's a Dreadmare episode going out there that Chris put together, and he had no end of issues putting this thing together. You know, me being me, I've tried to say, you know, your Mac probably needs updating. It might be not being able to handle big files, but he doesn't get these problems with anything else that he goes to edit. And this particular thing, every time he was doing anything involving the files from that place, it was playing up. And a weird thing happened where he was editing willy-nilly and had a clip from Bristol Paranormal Hunters UK, and he popped it on the desktop and he was using it to edit in Final Cut. Anyway, closes everything down, closes all the programs down, puts the computer to sleep, turns off his mouse, turns off his keyboard, goes to bed, like he does every single night. And then in the middle of the night, the computer's turned itself on, logged itself in, opened up the clip that's on the desktop, and he's woken at like silly o'clock in the morning to the scene, which if you haven't seen already in Bristol Paranormal Hunters video and Stu's video, of me going, the door just opened, the door just opened, the door just opened. And that's just playing out full blast at silly o'clock on the computer. And I've tried looking up how this could be possible. And other than like some crazy hacker that for some reason their entire reason is to open this one file up in the middle of the night and not take anything else, it doesn't seem very plausible to me. So that's the first thing about are we haunted? What do you guys think about that? Let's have a look at these comments. Nobody, Coca-Cola, all think, hope you're well. Time, give me 2 minutes. October, I need to email a fellow for the meal in Catechum. Ooh, spooky. Yes, that's very spooky. And that's something that, like, if that happened with me, I wouldn't know how to explain it. Should we say something, Anne? Wait, what do you mean, should we say something? Say what? Don't leave me on a cliffhanger. Of course, anything can be haunted. Look at the stone tape theory. All mental, maybe putting yourselves through it all. Technology can get haunted. I started getting in a debate with my dad the other day. He's in there. If he suddenly tunes in and watches this, he's probably going to come in and go, actually, this is what I said. So, basically, he was, I don't know. He kept going on about all his electronics playing up since going to the farmhouse and Hoppus, and several things all breaking at the same time. And then I was like, well, how's that possible? And he's like, well, some sort of energies. And I was like, what energies? I was like, nuclear energy, electrical energy, thermal energy, which one? Just to be fair, I'm not going to admit that I've got something followed back with me home and it's affecting his electrics, because then I'm the one that gets to blame. So I will find any reason other than that I'll just say, well, it's a dodgy second-hand thing from some sweatshop product, right? That's my excuse. Is It's horrendous. Any other footage experience aside from this footage? Yes. So Snuff Mills, I've probably mentioned this before on the live, but the Snuff Mills footage, let me get, oh, that's really bad. This was the hard drive. This is a power board. I need to explain this to people, don't I? Okay. So on the back of hard drives, this is a hard drive, you get the power board, which plugs in here. And this one, in the top left there, you see the burn mark? That went when I plugged it in to try and get the footage off. Anything else I've tried putting, that I used to just put stuff on the hard drive, take stuff off the hard drive. It was a backup. And the second I wanted the Snuff Mills stuff, that happened. Coincidence? The skeptics will say that, won't they? But it wasn't just that one. I had two, and they both did it. And then people go, well, it's you, Mark, innit? Your technology around you always breaks, which, yeah, I suppose, to a point. But even before Haunted the Truth, it did. Shitting myself now, say what? Like you should cleanse all your equipment after an investigation. Go for it, Sandra. If they listen, I will listen. Hi, Mark. Hi, everyone. Hey, Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. I want to hear what people have to say, what they think, and what their opinions are. I mean, I can listen. Yeah, of course I can. Now, the thing what you're saying there, Anne, is I could do what you're saying, but then at the same time, I bring things with me like this back home. So I'm sort of asking for trouble. I mean, what do I expect? Hello. I don't know. I was being silly then with the puppet. Yeah, just what is it you want to sort of go into? Because that place, I tell you now, that farm is something not right about it. And a lot of people have said that there's been trauma there, and the stuff that happens in that cupboard, which you're going to see more of after this with the Dreadmare episode, is just... I've seen it. Chris let me see it before it goes out, and it's damn creepy. Let's just say that. Yeah, he just said there that it's not going to be an easy watch. I think you're going to probably, yeah, be freaked out a little bit. If you're happy to get haunted, that's fine. I suppose it's more of a test opposed to am I happy about it? Like, I'm testing things. Normally it's not me that, like, for example, the stuff that he's saying is happening over there, even when Snuff Mills happened and the telephone that was in the cupboard that didn't have a SIM card in it started ringing by itself and all shit like that. Like, it never happened with me. Nothing ever happens in here. I got all the items in here, but nothing ever happens in here. I do have technical issues on my computer sometimes, but, you know, I'm a walking virus, so it's hard to know what is and what isn't something linked, if there's the link. Does that make sense? Yeah, Dan, I do. I've got the teddy, I've got a piece from Hoppus, a bit of building, I got something from the Poltergeist house, I got some stones from Snuff Mills, I've got a bit of wood from Boys Village, a bit of wood from Talgareth Mid Wales Hospital Asylum, and 1, 2, 3 Ouija boards. Some of them have been to the most despicable grotty places at silly o'clock in the morning. Yeah, a lot of stuff. It's like the Ed and Lorraine Museum in here. Or what's it called? Zach Bagans has given me Anne has given me a haunted doll. Has she? Is it a friendly one or a nasty one? I've got a story about a haunted doll, actually. I got one on eBay long time ago. And I tell you what, it was freaky. I gave it to Josh. Of course I did. Of course I did. And he had it for a bit and said that, oh yeah, there was a couple of bangs and bumps, but it might have been, you know, because he lived with at home at the time, and I think he said it could have been his brother or something. And I was like, oh, okay, so nothing really. And he was like, oh no, it wasn't too bad. I then got it, and then within a week I wrote my car off, and then had issues at work. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to get rid of this, because I was like, what if it is this? So I chucked it into the roof in Tesco's around the corner, that's where I worked at the time. And I lifted up the roofing panel and I launched it in there, and I brought the roofing panel back down. This building's been there since the 90s, right? And then it started raining that like a couple of weeks later, and that area where the doll was, it caved through and all the water pissed and it flooded the whole fucking place and it had to shut. That was weird. Very weird. So yeah, enjoy your doll. Popping out of 7 will be back after if you're still live. Yeah, I will be up to a certain point. Obviously, the Dreadmare episode's going out, so I've got to leave before that. Nah, Chris, Andrew will tell you. The last video definitely proof that the farm is active. Besides what Anne and I say about the place, the energy is the farm is trying to speak to you. Listen to what it's trying to say. It's not only the farm. Listen to what it's trying to say. Takes a lot to freak me out, apart from fainting at a pub. Yeah, I did hear about that, and you know, they sort of like skipped past it. They were like, oh yeah, so and Anne fainted. I was like, what? Go back. What's that? Because Paul was like, oh, was it because of the heat? Can you confirm now if that was something because of the heat or because of the location? Can you confirm that? Which one it was? What's Dan saying? I totally agree. Post myself laughing. Okay. I got the stone that was thrown at Sean the other night. You took it back, did you? You're doing what I do. Oh, I'll have that. See if anything happens. Yes, Anne, hope you're okay now. So do I. I do hope that everything's cool. It's also the ground, the negative energy. It's not dark. 2 girls need help. The energies follow you guys. Do you know what? Paul's done some history on it as well. He looked at the old ordnance maps, and it looks like the building, or there was a building with the same design that dates back to the 18th century in the same spot. So it's really old. And that house, the little house down the road from it, was a gatehouse for a toll. And it used to be like people, like highwaymen used to come through there. Yeah, I'm good. I slept lots and drink loads. Dan, I was gutted. I had to go home. Sean and Mark send photos of it. I agree the girls need help. It's what I mentioned the other day. But why can't we bring light to even the darkest places? A 7-year-old child, little mischief, little thing. I'm over 4 minutes behind. The mother called to say she been moving to another room. Oh, I hope everything's okay, Dave. Hope everything's going to be all right there. Look further in messages. Yeah, I got heat stroke. Okay, so it was the heat. All right. So it wasn't like some sort of evil demon thing taking over you then. That's good. The land is the key. The house is just a refuge. Big news. My daughter's having a baby girl. I'm going to be a granddad. I bet that makes you feel old. Well, congratulations. I don't know how you feel about that in 2 ways. It's amazing, but at the same time making you sound old. Something definitely didn't want you there, Anne. Congratulations. Everyone's congratulating. I really want to, as soon as you said these things about this tragedy of these 2 girls, I've been trying to do my best to find history on it. And you know what? If I do find the history on it, because it seems to be locked behind paywalls. That would, and it says that as well. Or let's say it's not public can't speak. It's not publicly known, like on the internet, but it's known in like some sort of archive record somewhere. Paul might be able to know places I could look for that. It's a shame he's not here, because he'd probably be able to tell me where to look. If I then came across it, there's no possible way that you would have known that. You know what I mean? It'd be crazy to find like that like written down somewhere. Yeah, I did send you some of the stuff, didn't I? And you'll notice that it gets up to a certain point on that history website, and then it's like, if you wish to continue, start trial. So then I started a trial, and then it comes up and says this article is not available under your trial, and I'm like, ugh. Otherwise, I would have took the lot. It's a shame that I couldn't do that. But I'm so glad that other people now have gone there. And do you know what? I'm so happy that, and I don't know if I've publicly ever said this, that Bristol Paranormal Hunters, like, I thank them for actually giving this location out, because they are the ones that found it, and they deserve the credit for finding this gem. And then telling us where it is, and then everyone thereon after kind of needs to don't go like, don't say, oh, Haunting the Truth found this. It was Bristol Paranormal Hunters UK that found it. Obviously you can name us all and say so and so and so and so and so and so went here, but they were the ones that found the location initially, and had the bite mark or whatever that was. Have you seen that one, Anne, where he's in one of the rooms and suddenly gets a sharp pain on the back of his leg, and then there's like 2 red marks, or 3? Was it like, no, I think it's like, imagine going like this, like a bite, and it's just like red marks, like 1, 2, 3, 4 on his leg, like kind of like blood spots in a way. Am I right in saying that? Am I describing that correct? I'm doing it from memory. So you'd have to bear with me, because sometimes my memory is a little bit iffy. Can't wait to see the video Chris has made, and you're welcome, Mark. We're all here for you guys. Yeah, no worries. I mean, credit when credit's due. You know what I mean? I was like, it doesn't continue. Yeah. So you got the final part that's going to follow after this live straight away. And yeah, it's gonna be something that. Has anyone else, or do you want to come in on this? Maybe Sean or Ryan? Which one of you two had issues after going to locations? If you want to talk about it as well, because that's kind of what this live's all about. If you do, just let me know, and then you can discuss your stories as well. Send me the link. I'll do it. Can I do it here? Is anyone admins on this? Dan, you're an admin. Find let's find the link. Actually, I'll just make. It's easy if I just make Bristol Paranormal an admin as well. Add as moderator. Okay, you can. I think now you can put your own link in to that video that I'm referring to. Get that. Wait, hang on. I need to catch up. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They can come in and join it. Not seen that. I'm so far behind everything. Send me the link. Yeah, I've just seen that. I'm like Paul. I am. I read the same questions again. So the episode Chris put out is the one Chris did. Get them in. Yeah, I just read that. Me, I had a bad experience at a location just recently, but can't say much. as the episode isn't dropped yet. Okay. I think I know the episode you're talking about. Oh, bloody hell. Right, you got to see this. Yeah, as I was saying, if you do want to come in and discuss this stuff, both of you are now on the Discord. If you join the followers voice chat, I can drag you into the live streaming chat. I might just add you into that myself. But first of all, before we do that, you've got to see this doll that I've just been sent. So let me just application capture. Wait, is that audio? Oh, audio. Didn't want to do that. Video capture device. Window capture. There we go. This is the doll that that they've got. Now that's creepy. That's really creepy, isn't it? Oh, Dan, do you not like it? I'm grateful when things don't happen at my house. Last night, dark shadow went past me. Can I ask, Anne, are these shadows, the dark shadows, is that a bad thing? Is it something nasty? Stan, you're asking me to do technical stuff more scary than the paranormal. Dan, you know how to use Discord, don't you? Look at everybody. Yeah, so if I mean Shawnee would know I was done because he was on a chat with me before we did this. So basically join the same, actually I'll just join that channel, screw it's easier. Join the same channel that you joined earlier and you'll be able to talk with me. Oh yeah, okay. He's just getting it sorted. So yeah, he's going to be coming on in a minute. Oh, pardon me. Just had some Chinese. Couldn't eat it all. I can never eat everything at this time. It seems too early. I get hungry about 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's a bit weird. I'm a bit of a vampire like that. Let's have a look. Just the child spirit saying hello. How do you? Hello.
Oh, mate.
Right. Okay. Right. You see the bit that says webcam? Does that work?
Yeah.
Do you have a webcam or anything?
Have a look. Yeah. Dum. Let's have a look. Allow.
I think you guys can now hear him. Am I right in saying? Can we all hear? Can we all hear Sean? I can see myself. This is. I'm gonna bring you into this, okay? I think this is a better method of doing it, in my opinion. So everybody, I'm gonna disappear for a second, and then I'm gonna bring him in. So deactivate that. Reactivate that.
Yeah, you're on my telly.
Yeah, I know. I seen it. Made me laugh. And then I'm gonna bring in window capture, and then Discord, and then do this. Whoa, you're massive. And then I gotta crop you then. So that's the first time I've ever done this. This is the Discord channel, everybody, for everybody that wants to know. It's laggy, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. And then crop. And then from the left, 100. 200. Not 200. Whoa, I put 2,000. That's a big number. Yeah, 300. 300. There we go. 350. 350. There we are. Stick you in there. Perfect. Right.
What is good?
So, you got some stories then?
Oh yeah, that for one, that bite mark was crazy. I was taunting obviously, and
Yeah.
also it was a sharp pain, and it was in the shape of teeth as well. And I literally made sure it was all on camera and everything. And that stayed for weeks after that did,
Mm.
3 weeks. Yeah, on the new location, I can't say a lot about that, but Ryan and my sister severely affected on that.
Yeah.
It like to the point where it was like throwing up and lots of tears and stuff like that. It
Oh,
wasn't good,
Christ.
whatever it was.
That doesn't sound nice at
Yeah,
all.
it was bad. I had to send Ryan out actually. He got that bad. But yeah, there's been a few
What,
occasions where
the new one coming up, you mean?
the new one coming up. That is, yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know anything
yeah.
about that.
What we call there, I will say, is probably even more active than the farm itself.
Well, do you
So
know, before when you said, oh, it's going to be like one of the worst ones, now you've said that, it just makes it feel even worse. What's Ryan saying? How
yeah,
do I do it? What, you want to try and get in as well, Ryan? Basically, on the Discord, on Haunted the Truth's Discord, because you're a member, you'll see on the left-hand side panel, there will be a channel called Voice Channels. And you'll see in there, it'd be Sean and myself, and then you just click followers, and then you'll be able to join.
you scroll down to followers, right, and click on that.
That doll made me feel. Apparently, the doll made Dan feel sick. Is that just because you don't like dolls, Dan, or is it because you got a bad feeling from it? Anne apparently actually vibrated when she held it for the first time. What? That sounds mad.
Just one a minute. There you go.
Doll is safe with us.
With that doll that Anne gave us, the wife took 3 photos, one after the other.
Yeah.
The first 2 were like blurry, and then she walked away, come back, did it again. It was clear. It's just weird. But Anne's saying it's very mischievous and stuff like that. And
do you know what? It's really weird that your voice is in time, but your mouth is not. It's like your audio is perfect, but your visual, you're like. It's like you know when you watch those dubbed movies and they're like speaking like, and then it's like they've got like an American person over it going hi, and it's like they're clearly like Korean or something. So yeah, there's a weird delay on your network there, but hopefully it isn't too off-putting for people. I know there's some people out there that's going to be OCD and be like, oh, that's doing my head in. But hey ho, what can you do? Let's have a look. I got Discord. I should look you up. Which video is it, Sean? Which video? It's the video that isn't out yet. Oh, who's this? Is this Ryan? Ryan, unmute yourself.
You gotta press the camera button.
Get him in.
Yeah.
Got to try and figure out how to get him in now. Let's make you smaller. Smaller. Alright, you're both. I'm gonna make me smaller because otherwise I look massive. Oh, made myself disappear. So sometimes there's a bit of a kerfuffle in this. I know that everyone else uses the StreamYard thing, but I don't know how to make StreamYard work. What's he doing? Oh dear. I suppose I could get rid of my webcam on this and just bring me Yeah, why don't I just do that? That's a good idea, isn't it, people? Right, hang on. Deactivate. And then, can I activate myself on this? Come on.
Yeah.
There we go. That worked. Why am I dark? I'm all dark. I mean, it worked though, didn't it?
Brian can't hear nothing.
What do you mean he can't hear anything?
Can you hear us, right?
That's so strange. He's probably, has he muted himself? I don't know. Things never, this is what I'm talking about, people, by the way. Things never just work as they should. While Steve tries sorting that out, I'm going to read the comments. They always say for that. I got Discord. I should look. Oh, I've seen that one already. I can tell you if my name on the Discord, but yeah. And then you can potentially join and add me and stuff like that. But maybe we do that at a later date, or if you want to do it now, I can. I don't know why you can't, by the way. It's beyond me. When I asked,
yeah, put the mic on Discord.
He's saying he can't physically hear us at all.
Andra is going to ring you. she's a bit techie like you, Mark.
Oh yeah, it's a bit better now. I can see myself. So Dreadmare, when I had, this is Chris, when I had I can't speak. When I had my mask pulled in the farm, I had to process that for days because I didn't believe it. But I'm glad it's displayed I'm glad it's displaying pulling doors open. The other things, it helps me know that I'm not going nuts. Well, do you know what, that mask in question? Oh, do I have any? I thought I had one. I've lost it, and I did have one. Where did I see that? This is what I do. I put stuff down, and then I'm like, well, where did I put it? I wouldn't know if I had a poltergeist with me, because the amount of times I pick stuff up and put it down without even realising, I wouldn't know if it was me or if it was the poltergeist. He's talking, but we can't hear him. Friends. Make sure
that halfway farm is something else, I must admit, though. It's a crazy, crazy place.
I mean, I'm going to give him view channel, create, invite, connect, speak, video, soundboard, external sounds, voice channel. I've given him full rights, so it can't be any of that. What else are people saying here? No, I truly felt sick. I could taste it. What? 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 When you seen the doll, you mean? It's meant for Sean and Sandra, that doll. It's found a home. Like an old king kung fu. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, exactly. Ah, here he is. I'm gonna tell you who's here, and I'm gonna use a phrase, okay? And you got to guess who it is. Let's go!
Oh, Stu!
Here he is. Yes. Yeah, we can do it later. Yeah. I ain't got a bloody foggy why he's not heard. It's got to be something his end, hasn't it? You. Look at him. Look how puzzled he is. Look at him.
He's gone out a minute and he's going to come back in, Mark.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just laughing at how puzzled he looked. I prefer this, actually, than the other method. Because it sorts all the videos out for us.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan's been affected in different places for a while now.
Yeah.
He angry, like rage, and I've had to calm him down.
What, from like just feeling fine to then suddenly feeling angry?
And then all of a sudden this rage and being sick, dizzy, and stuff like that. Like, you know, I've had to pull him out of a few places like that.
That's really strange. I mean, yeah. with Dan, who's here, like Dan, if you could figure out this technical stuff, you could probably hop in as well. Or you could just talk and mention them in here if you like, Dan. He's had a lot of experiences in places, like some of which I think a lot of you have seen and witnessed. Some of the things where I think the first time would have been when we took him to Snuff Mills, and he started getting like his guts like really hurting, and I started panicking because it's like I'd not seen this happen before physically myself. And prior to him going there, Chris showed me this clip of, the old team he used to go with having these issues. So he's got his video, but he's got no sound. That's so weird.
No.
And he's saying he can't
It must
hear
be your
us.
side, Mark, because you can't hear Ryan.
My side?
Yeah, because you still can't hear Ryan. He's just rebooted himself. Can't hear him.
Oh, wait a minute. What was that? No, I didn't hear anything. I think I can hear him through the phone call. Is he on phone call at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, if he's on the phone, his audio device is going to be used to talk on the phone, and it'd be muted on Discord.
Yeah, hang up with Ryan a minute.
That's
he's on that. What's going on?
Right, count or something. I don't know. He's froze. Let's go through the comments whilst we're doing that. Like I was at Warmley Clock Tower. Yeah, so Dan got really angry. So we did an event at Warmley Clock Tower, and it wasn't filmed by us. Another team filmed there, and he got really angry, like randomly, and had to get taken out because of this. Just
no!
There he is.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was because he was on the phone. I was like, wait a minute, you can't you can't have both. So yeah, I was just saying how Dan's also had this where he's gotten really angry for no reason.
Yeah. It was weird. Like I was sat down in the chair, like just to relax for a minute, and then like this wave of just evil and anger just swept over my whole. But I wanted to kill, but it was almost as if I wanted to stand up and smash everybody up that was there. It was strange.
For no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
I mean, I've had it where like I've had like pressure in my head and pressure like just out of nowhere, like just chilling, and then suddenly like the feelings you would get like if you're having an anxiety attack but you're not anxious. So it's like we're chatting like this, chilling, and then
you were emotional once, weren't you, Mark?
In the farm.
Yeah,
it made me go a bit weird, and I didn't like that, so I walked out. I don't really let it get to me. I just go, right, I'm leaving. I'm like, right, I don't like that. I'm out. I'm off, and then I go out and I breathe and I consolidate, and then I'm back to normal.
Yo.
Oh, hello.
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
Hi, mate.
AKA Yogi.
Yeah, there's been a few times on a ride where you felt strange things and stuff like that in location, and it is. Sometimes you just have it.
Like the episode that we did with the hanging tree, obviously off the back of what you told us, Mark.
Yeah.
We went there and we started off an investigation, and there was a rope hanging from the tree, and obviously we were getting readings from this tree, EMF. And obviously, as the night progressed, it got heavier and heavier, and I stood underneath the tree, underneath this rope, and all of a sudden, it was like my heart went from 0 to 60 in seconds, and I felt like I was going to pass out. I felt instantly sick. They had to drag me away from the tree to get away from it. Same in the hoppers.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
We all did. As soon as I stepped into that location, it just took a whole body. Like it felt like I wanted to drop, and that was one of the weirdest sensations I've ever felt. Not very nice either.
Dan's saying it's like, if you're empathetic, you can absorb the energy, and just like you can project it also outwards as well as inwards. I'm guessing that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah. But the farm, that's something else. Like that, as you know anyway, Mark, the atmosphere is so heavy.
I don't know. I don't really know what it is. It's
No, I don't understand it. Really don't understand it.
Just gonna turn this down a little bit because I'm night blinding myself. There we go. It's weird. Like, it's the only other place. Okay, there's 2 other places that I've had this in, and one of them is Snuff Mills, and the other one is a place where no one else has got to go to, because the owner's just very, very strict on who goes there, and that's the Poltergeist house.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I nearly threw up there. I nearly physically threw up.
Well, at the location where I felt really, really bad. Obviously, as you know, I was actually sick, physically sick as well.
Yeah.
After it happened, I went outside and I was physically sick.
That's it's like, and I think Anne. I think Anne.
So was our sister Haley.
I think Anne says something about that.
Was incredible. Our sister Haley, you know, she's a strong, very strong woman, and it takes a lot for her to get scared or anything, or to show any emotion. She bawled her eyes out, and I haven't seen my sister. I have not seen my sister cry since we were kids, like kids. I'd never seen her cry, and when she cried that night, it was raw, and it was like something was really, really eating her up inside. I've never seen her that emotional in my life. And then after that, after the emotion, was when it happened to me. She had like the sort of emotion, and then I had the sort of anger side, which really fits in well with this place, to be honest, because of what's happened there.
At the same time, all of a sudden, my back just exploded in excruciating pain, and we had to stop, and I had to take painkillers.
Yeah.
Out of the blue, bang.
And this is the location that we can't mention yet because it hasn't dropped, but obviously.
And the one you're telling me to go to.
It's sort of similar to Halfway Farm. If you think about it, the story of both those places kind of almost fit together.
I suppose the only difference is with the one you've gone to, there's an actual story, whereas with Halfway, the only way we've gotten information is from outsourcing it from people like Anne. Talking of Anne, she's put. I remember doing a PVT house investigation last year. Private house investigation. Thanks for that. I didn't know what that meant. We was all sat around in the living room discussing everything, and the next moment I saw everybody in the room dead. I lost it. What? So that basically what she's saying is, imagine we were all out at like Hoppers, and then all of a sudden one of us just seen everybody like that killed over, like dead.
I'll tell you what, I'd be out of the house. Bye.
Hello, Jack.
Yeah, that would be a bit freaky, wouldn't it?
She had to go outside and ask her spirit guides to help. That sounds mental. Dan's saying that you've got a similar thing to what he believes he has as well. Sandra, laugh out loud, helping the guys and now banned to the kitchen because of echo.
We love you, Sam.
Come in and give him a clout round here.
He would, mate. She'll come in and see an arm come past.
Dan asked if someone burped then, but because there's a delay on this, I don't know when that was. And because it took a while for me to get to that. It probably me, because I've got indigestion. I don't know. I keep like doing that, like inner burp in my chest.
Yeah, that's probably you then.
Because I've had that Chinese and it's repeating on me. I had that Chinese and is repeating on me. I had that Chinese and is.
There it is.
Oh dear, I'm silly. Other than in location stories of things and feelings and stuff, and you're getting things from that, what about, are we haunted? Is there stuff like where you've got home and then I think one of you two have had stuff potentially which you believe is like a direct issue? You're gonna have to go into that.
I've had
Right.
not just me, my partner Sue as well. Obviously, who comes out with us. We've
Okay.
witnessed like noises and bangs upstairs and walking around and stuff like that. Sue was in my home the other day on her own, and she thought Caden, which is was there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
she thought he was here upstairs on his own, and she heard walking on the landing, and she's literally stood at the bottom of the stairs, shouted up, "Who's upstairs? Who's upstairs?" And she's gone upstairs eventually after plucking the courage, and there's nobody upstairs. Now I've heard footsteps myself, and it's almost like footsteps coming down the stairs and stuff like that. But I can feel something with me where before I didn't. But yeah, when I went to Hot was the first time with Dreadmare,
Yeah.
before that I didn't feel nothing, but now I feel as if something might have maybe possibly followed me home. I've been getting like really weird mood swings where I get angry for no reason, and that's not me. Normally, I'm bubbly. I'm
It's
off
also
my head. I'm
grabbed
laughing.
Kelsey. It's also grabbed our Kelsey's hair on it, and it's floating in front of her like this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing that I mentioned this to somebody else that, and I don't mean like a skeptic or a non-believer or anything like that. It was just I just like was mentioning it in context with, I think I was out and somebody else was talking about experience and stuff, and I mentioned this about the hair, and they said that it may not have been necessarily a spirit that grabbed the hair, but it could be
It come forward from the back of her head forward.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The
Because you know you can
and literally floated in midair in front of her head.
Right. Yeah, okay, that's different. That's different. Because the way I had it in my head was kind of like those big like electric balls, and you put your hand on them and your hair goes.
Yeah.
Like, so that's yeah.
It came from behind. It was in a ponytail, and it came from behind, and it literally floated above her head like that. And then after like a couple of seconds, whatever it was, it literally just dropped on the front of her head. It was it scared the death out of her.
Yes, that's I have no explanation for that. I don't like it when I can't explain stuff. It winds me up.
I don't, especially when it's in your own house. I don't like it. It's like, because obviously what we do, we've got the risk of bringing something back. Do you know what I mean? But I don't like the thought of bringing that back with me, because obviously I've got children in my home and stuff. But some of the stuff that's been happening in my home recently has been really peculiar. Like, it don't make any sense. It's never happened before. Like, and I've been in this house. I've been in this same house for what, about 18 years now, and I've never had anything like it. Not once.
I think the idea is just like, well, it might be easier said than done, but I think if you don't pay this like attention, it like sort of just fizzles out.
But I'm the kind of guy that, like, I take our YouTube channel home with me. Like, when I'm in my personal life, like, I'll sit outside and I'll do I don't know, an EVP session or something like that, or I'll sit outside with different things. And I tell you what, in my back garden, I think there's like a portal. I'm pretty sure, because obviously where we used to sit at the bottom of my garden, we used to pick up a lot of activity and hear a lot of activity in my garden. Now, my house is World War pre-war. My house, and before these houses were here, the land that I'm sat on used to be an apple orchard. So people used to work on this land. So maybe, I don't know, go back in history a bit. It might have been something, I don't know, but I pick up quite a bit here.
Anne is, well, first of all, Dan thought he heard was asking if someone burped because he thought he could hear a growl. We'd have to try and line those bits up and watch it back to see at some point, maybe. But Anne saying, advice for you all: if you ever take on emotions of a spirit, you need to leave the property and have positive thoughts to create positive energy around you.
Well, let's just say the location that we haven't dropped online yet, my brother Sean had to take me out of the situation, because the way I was, it wasn't me. The anger that was in me was it overtook my body. It overtook me.
In the end as well.
Dan saying his place is haunted.
It was quite strange. I mean, she was streaming with tears, and she said she felt empty, and
You know, to the
lost
point,
and
Mark,
not,
where you're crying that much, you can't catch your breath, where you go.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
She was like in that sort of hysterics.
That's
It was
hysterical.
screaming.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that's extreme. That.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you said to me, you told me to go there. Mark, you need to go there.
I
I need to go there.
we all need to go there. We all need to go there as Dreadmare. It would be amazing.
Oh yeah, you'd love it. You'd love it, especially you, Mark. You'd love it there.
It's definitely. Oh yeah, you would absolutely go. You would go insane in the place, mate.
I don't know if I'd love the million-hour walk. Let's go through these comments quick, time a second. So Dan is saying he thinks his house is haunted and that Honey, his daughter, have seen things. Is that prior to Haunted the Truth or after Haunted the Truth or just in general, Dan? Dave is asking if Dan if his kids have picked anything up, and it's saying if that's the case, Ryan, you have a negative entity in your house, you need to deal with it.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Sandra's saying you have to see it like this with energies. You don't beat negative energy with negative energy. You can only beat it with positive. That's like saying fighting with fire with fire, isn't it, in a sense? I still don't fully understand the terminology energy. I do struggle with it. It bubbles my brain a little bit. And then Anne's agreeing.
She explains things in a different way.
And then Chris has put, Jesus, everybody is having a shit. Everyone's having shit happen. I thought you put everyone's having a shit. It's like that.
It's like everybody today that mentioned like.
So that's Dreadmare. He said it as Dreadmare, by the way.
The paranormal hangovers that we get. Right, we went to what was. I'm still suffering today. I'm absolutely tired. I'm drained. I've got no energy. I've got no desire to do anything. I am drained, and it happens every single time we go out on an investigation. It's horrible, and it made me laugh because when Mike looked up earlier, when we were all talking to Mike, he said he went to a location, and it physically drained him to the point where he's got a headache. Isn't that strange though? You get that paranormal hangover, and it takes you days to get over it.
Okay, what happened to me? I mean, we've come back from Nuns Cross, and all of a sudden, out of the blue. Now I'm normally physically, besides my back and a few other little things, I'm physically generally pretty well. I've got a good immune system and everything else. I literally before going there. Some doctors and had full-on blood tests. Everything's perfect, and I've come back from there. I know I've gone to go to the toilet in the morning, and I peed pure blood. Next minute, now I'm on the second load of very strong antibiotics because they're saying all of a sudden.
I mean, are you contributing this to?
Very hard for a man to get. Right, very hard for a man to get. I ended up with a UTI, and it was and what do you call it?
E. coli.
What do you call it?
E. coli. You've got E. coli.
Yeah.
That's
from the
E. coli.
That's normally goes in the gut.
And a man. It's very, very rare for a man to even get a UTI unless.
Well, let's just say, Mark, when we turned up to this place, that we went to, it wasn't the cleanest of places, so we had to clean it ourselves.
To be fair,
it was cleaner when we left than what.
So
it
could be.
We turned up.
There could be a natural reason from the location itself,
bacteria on the surfaces.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. It was just a bit weird and a bit of a coincidence because at the end of the day. I went on 7 days of very powerful antibiotics, and it started. And when I finished the antibiotics, I left it a day, and then it started again. And now they put me on 500 milligram for 7 days. That's how bad it is.
So they basically sent the test came back in. The test came back. So your urine sample come back and it said there was signs of E. coli.
Yes.
Fucking hell. Which normally is if you eat like dodgy food, isn't it?
Absolutely. But the thing is, I'm very, very clean. I mean, the wife's always moaning. I'm always in the shower. I'm always very clean like that. And, you know, I'm always washing my hands. Probably too much half the time. You know what I mean? Next minute, I've got a UTI and it's E. coli. Oh, oh.
Yeah, I
I've
don't know.
never had anything like that in my life, ever. Never. I haven't been sick for about 15 years.
Was it after it was after Hoppers though as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if them steaks, no, because then someone else would have caught it as well. Wouldn't it just been you? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a biologist.
Fresh, right? Everything was clean. It was all fresh. It comes out of my call bag.
Chris has put. We need some of that Oh my God, Mark! Positively charged pink slime from Ghostbusters 2. You know, when the Statue of Liberty scene, your love lifting me higher than I've ever been lifting before. Ah, just hit my knee. Bollocks.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So far so good anyway, but it's a bit of a strange coincidence because I've never ever experienced anything like it in my life. I mean, the bottom, not to be crude or anything, the toilet was red.
Yeah, we're gonna have to filter this out, aren't we? Nobody wants. It's tea time. It's still tea time, Sean. People are trying to eat their fish and chips.
It was kids are gonna be like.
No. I know that, Stu. It popped into my head, and then I realised straight away that I was chatting absolute waffle. So yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to it. What are we chatting?
We are talking about Are We Haunted? What's this called? I don't even know the name of my own life. Yeah, Are We Haunted?
Well, I mean, Mark, you know I can go into all sorts of shit like that. I mean,
see, I think,
that's like saying, are we gone?
Like the theory we spoke about before when we done a live, when I said about how do we know that we're not the ones haunting the ghosts? Like, how do we know that they're not in a different parallel universe to us? And to them, we are the ghosts. We are the ones that they can't see. We are the ones that are moving stuff around. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like the movie The Others. Is that the movie? Is it The Others? Yeah. I've just given. If you've not seen that film, I've just spoiled the whole thing. But you should have seen it by now. It's old. But in effect, yeah. So the movie, you should go watch it actually. But I've sort of just given the movie away now. Basically, the whole film, they are in a haunted house, and then at the end of it, it turns out that they're the ones that are dead, and the people that have moved in are the living people.
Yeah.
A bit like Beetlejuice, then. The first one. Where they die and they don't know they're dead. They off the bridge, die.
Yeah, for the first portion, they don't realise they are, and then they realise a little bit like that. Don't say that name 2 more times though.
Beetlejuice. Candyman. Come on.
What would you have done if it just like behind you?
Then there was that thing of Bloody Mary and all that lot, wasn't there?
Bing, 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 bing.
I am the writing on the wall. I am the judge in the back.
Dreadmare just said, aka Chris, oh my god, I just read Steven Spielberg is making The Goonies 2.
What?
They are, yeah.
I wonder if...
I'm opening this with different people.
Star roll again.
Corey Feldman's lost the plot.
I know exactly who you're on about.
I reckon they're going to ask our Sean for the star roll, you know. Hey, you guys!
Oh, you've been bad!
They're either going to do... It's either going to be Sean or it's going to be Ranger Paul. They're going to...
No, because they'd just be going, rhododendrons, rhododendrons.
You can, our Sean can actually move his ears like Slav as well from the Goonies. I'm not even lying. Look, come closer to the camera. Come on, show everybody those lovely ears.
You don't want to do it now.
Show everybody how you can move your ears.
All the original cast are back.
Do they? You know.
No, they go like fucking give it all this shit when you're moving your ears.
Are they all alive still? Is all the original cast still alive from that movie?
I don't know, to be honest. Like,
Well,
some
Chris-
of them are quite old back
Chris
then,
said
weren't
that
they? Like
Chris. Apparently, they're all back. I know
Really?
I know the Chinese kid. Is he Chinese? I know he's still alive. He was in Indiana Jones as well, the Temple of Doom.
But Chunk from the Goonies, he's like old, tall, slim. He don't even look like him anymore. Do you know what I mean?
More than Danny,
You have to pack on some weight. Do you see that?
That's like them remaking it the Clown, but bringing back the original people,
Oh,
like from the series, not the film, the series.
you mean
that,
you
the series
mean
was so
with
much better.
Tim Curry?
Yeah,
And it'd
was
be
it that
like-
one? Yeah,
Because
series?
he's had a stroke, isn't he? So he's like, I'm not gonna do an impression because I'll probably get banned for it. But he's had a stroke, so like it's the side of his face is all drooped. I was gonna do it. I was like, oh, he's like this, and then I thought I
That
better
would
not
be a good show, mate. No.
because you will offend some people doing that. But yeah, no, basically.
I'm glad your brain went, no, Mark, I can't do that.
The filter came through. But how long we got? So was it 9? Is it 9 o'clock? It's on, Chris, tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, we've seen a little bit of the beginning of it, but we
I've
haven't
seen it
a
all.
lot right here.
I've
Is
seen
it good,
it
Chris?
all.
Mark? Is it good?
Maybe.
I know the beginning part was like, wow, like for the first
It's,
like 20 seconds. I was like, whoa.
It's just dark. It's obviously stuff that we all know already, but it's just like this. It's just so much darker. Not like as in.
Yeah, debunk.
Not as in like. It's not like that. It's dark as in the theme. It's dark.
That's all
Hang on.
the evidence we've ever captured.
You think darkness is your ally? I was born in the dark. Molded by it. I like how he's saying stuff like that, and I'm just there titting around with a flipping cup.
10 grand just because I want to take the piss. If you can debunk it, give me 10.
Do you know what really pisses me off? It's when people go, they say things like, "Oh yeah, we think it's this," and I'm like, "Well, you don't think I've already thought about that?" Like,
Exactly.
it's like, do you know who you're saying this to? I was Mr. I know everything back in the day, and now
You were probably the first person to fucking say, Mark, could you have a look at this for me? And you come up with thousands of different ways. Like, oh my God.
it possibly could. Well, the other day, do you know what I heard the other day? Apparently, all the oxygen in your room, for no reason whatsoever, could all randomly just go to one corner. Just because. And I was like,
If
what?
you see Mark stood in the corner on a
Were you
chair,
there
and
when
he
you
was
roll in the corner of your room, like?
But someone commented the other day, they made a comment on, well, I'm not going to say who they are because obviously they are watching us and they have subscribed and stuff, but they made a comment and it was that they were like, oh, there's 2 screams in the Hoppers video and I don't think they're real. I'm an editor, something. I think they've been dubbed. And I went, what? And I was like, what screams are you on about? Like, can you give me the code? Because I've got a shit memory. And he put the time code for the 2 screams where I did the death whistle and then you did the death whistle. And he was claiming,
oh my God,
he was claiming that music was dubbed and added. That it was dubbed. And I'm like, no, that's us. That was our death whistles.
Oh my God, brilliant. He done it the other night when Stu went off. He went off into the woods a little bit, yeah, and he blew the death whistle. And I'm not even lying. I've never heard Stu scream so much. It's like a girl in my life. It was funny and hilarious. He was like, "Sean!" You know what I mean?
Has anyone got any questions though for us? whilst you're here, whilst we're here, should I say? Was Dave saying Eric Sykes was in it? I meant the others, not the Goonies. I can't. Who's Eric Sykes?
It's the original, the original It, the clown from. It was a TV show. It was broken up into different parts. There was actually a TV show, and it was like proper old.
Yeah.
When I first watched that on TV, I thought that was absolutely bloody terrifying. You know what I mean? But the new one now, I think, is rubbish.
I can't remember too much about the original.
Don't make horror films like you used to.
No, definitely not.
There's a few. What do people think? I mean, I keep saying to Chris, oh, maybe we should do some more movie reviews on horror films because at least we're honest about them. But then it's like, oh, it's a big pond, isn't it? And it's like nobody bothers seeing our video, and then people prefer to see investigations. And I don't want to. I don't know.
The only thing I would say to people that are like, oh, that give them negative comments and stuff like that is, I would love to see them come along and see what we do, and then tell us afterwards that we're fake. Do you know what I mean? Because they wouldn't want to come back out with us again. I'm telling you. Not after the stuff that we see and the stuff that we all see, as Dreadmare as well. It's incredible, and I would love to see. I would love to get somebody out and go, come on, then come out with us. And if you ain't shocked by the end of the night, you can watch every single one of us if you want, because you ain't going to see nothing. All you're going to see is what's on our cameras, mate.
Chris,
if you're not actually catching something yourself, then you're a shit investigator.
Yeah.
Chris is asking for you to watch it later, by the way.
Look at our Jason, right? Our Jason was a debunker, and now, because of Hoppus Woods, that changed his mind, and everybody knew it did because of his reaction at the end.
Absolutely.
Yes, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying with that. I say to people, before I'll get onto that in a moment. But before I do that, Chris has just said that he wants you to watch the video later and film a live reaction review of you watching it. I suppose maybe I don't know if he wants that as a video or if he wants it just to go on the WhatsApp group. I don't know. But on the point you just said there's one of two things normally happens, and it's if people haven't watched the prior episodes that anybody like we're doing, and then they come out, then I think that like they could be in for a bit of a shock. So recently we did an event in Snuff. We did an event in Snuff Mills, and there was 2 women there, and I went, "Oh, have you watched any of our stuff?" And it turned out that they just seen the advert but didn't know anything about us or who we were or hadn't watched anything on YouTube. And I was like, "Oh well, you're gonna hate this then." And lo and behold, they were not happy about it. They were like, "Oh, what's going on here? Like, why are you doing it this way? Why are you being like taunting and stuff like that?" Because unless you understand that why it's being done, then it can come across really obnoxious and really like malicious. I mean, even people that know me and see me doing it, have said like, "Oh, that's a bit much, Mark." And I'm like, well, I'm not actually angry. I'm not actually like mean. I'm just trying to do something which has been a tried and tested method for the last 6 years, and things have happened.
It's like when we learned from you guys, and you said, right, now try taunting, guys, and we were like, all right, and we've done it, and it gets results. It does get results, believe it or not. So the way you've shown us,
we would have called anything out of what we have if we didn't.
Definitely not. Do you know what I mean? And you've shared that key bit of information with us, which we thank you guys for, and it works. It does work. I don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care if people think, "Oh, you disrespectful bunch of," you know what I mean? Like, it works, mate. It works.
Yeah.
End of.
Right, you probably
it's
don't have to shout to the top of your lungs because I'm sure a spirit could hear you, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But taunting, yeah, it does vary.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
but then
with,
when you taunt sometimes, bruv, like when I taunt sometimes, yeah, I get carried away in the moment and I just go for it. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to see results.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I mean, I've been trying to do like a bit of both, like especially if I don't know anything about the spot. So
Yeah.
like in halfway, I don't think I was really that like. I think the only time I started getting funny was when I started getting impatient and I sort of go upstairs and I'm like, come on then, where are you fucking to? I'm getting fed up of this now. And I sort of like, I start getting a bit funny.
That happened, it already happened sort of thing, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Blow your cigarette at me.
Yes, Mark, you didn't need to deafen the spirits. They can hear you. I think the reason I shout is because of the theory of, is the theory of creating echoes in the air. Because there was a person that Chris used to do paranormal investigations with, and he was very much old methods, very old methods, simple old methods. So going to places, winding things up and creating echoes in the air. So taking a cup, for example, and going, if there's something here, could you please make yourselves known? And then creating this echo in the air because he believed that echo could draw things in more. Hello through a lens. How are you? You'll get challenged on why aren't reviewing each other's content. You'll get challenged on why aren't reviewing each other's content. General negativity. Spirits actually hate it. Yeah. See, that's the thing, right? So if there's negative things in a place, and let's say there's like, I don't know, let's say the place genuinely is, let's say we go to Jimmy Savile's house, right? And we start screaming and shouting. If you say to me, spirits actually hate it, then that's exactly why I'm doing it. In that situation, under those circumstances. However, and I think you two would agree as well, that if we went to like, let's say you had a neighbour and their nan, Eileen, died in that house, you're not going to go in there going, come on, Eileen, you bitch, let's have it. You know what I mean? You just wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do that. It's just, it's all about situational. And I'm trying to calm down a little bit with it. I think I'm going to not be as front forward with it as much as I have been. Because when we went to that halfway farm, with Billy, I didn't really do it at all. I just didn't feel right to do it because of the context of what may have happened there. It just didn't feel right to. But I know you, Ryan, was going bloody, come on then, you fucker, if you're so hard. And I'm like, Ryan, but what happens if it actually is two little kids, like two girls? I suppose it depends if that negative, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad in that sort of sense. Do you know what I mean? But in every sense, the guy that's there, I was mainly targeting him because obviously the energy that's in that place and what we've heard about the place is terrible, what he's done to them. So I was more focused on getting his response because obviously when we had that door opening on you, I think that was him reenacting, you know, get in that cupboard sort of thing. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Who was it? Someone said something about the bang. Was it Paul? Ranger Paul? He said the bang sounded like someone putting a latch down on a door or closing the door and shutting a latch. And it was almost as if like the person slammed a door and then put the latch down to lock them in. Yeah. That's what he described it as.
It was weird. I mean, we've had things go on there before when we've done investigations there, but the waves for the whole building are shook. It's like an earthquake, and there was not even a dust particle when we all had a look. That was incredible capture there. Yeah. But this noise was different to what we're normally used to hearing there.
Well, that kaplunky, the kaplunk sound.
Yeah,
That
with
was
the
weird. That
metal
was almost like
tube.
a metally metallic bang, wasn't it,
You're
upstairs?
gonna
That
hear
was,
it.
that
You're
was
gonna hear it
weird.
again as well in the video that's going up on Dreadmere Inc. after this. But it's funny because I'm chilling against the wall like this, and then I cough because I've still got a cough, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden it bangs, and I go from chilling like this, go bolt upright like. I shit myself. And saying,
We're only counting, you know what I mean? It's not like we're chucking a. I don't know.
We can't see your picture, mate.
Huh?
But whatever it was, it went onto a floorboard. It wasn't on concrete.
No. And saying
Your camera's gone, mate.
What, my camera?
No, Sean's.
No, I can see him.
What?
I can't see him.
Oh. I think he's still on the line. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah. Anne's put, I'm okay with taunting, but it doesn't have to be full bore, laugh out loud. It's the vibrations you're trying to encourage, not smash them to bits. I think just I do want to test things. So you know, there's some locations where it's like myself and the rest of the team have been there so many times that we just know that that's what you need to do there to make something happen.
Yeah.
And I think Snuff Mills is one of those. I've independently gone down there on my own with people outside of Haunted the Truth and tested things where I've just gone down there to chill and just like be like, oh, if there's anything here, if you want to do something, then please communicate, and nothing's happened. So then, but then the second I go, the hag, if you are here, and I start playing old footage out, because we did an event there, and nothing.
That's right.
We had odds and ends, but I had stone hit me in the back of the head the second I shouted. That's weird. That's enough for me.
That's right. Like when we first went to when we first found Halfway Farm, yeah, we went in there and we had stuff happening, but we didn't have a lot happening. We went there. I think we went there again the second time, and we had nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was dead all night long. And then we went back. Obviously, we went back again, and it all kicked off. And then we went with you guys, and it went even worse. You know what I mean? It just seems to have progressively got worse and worse and worse as time has gone on.
Through a lens has put, we have a laugh doing paranormal. Who says you have to be serious? We get results. Thumb up.
Right. On that note, on that message, I want to say that we have a great laugh. We have an absolute scream, right? But when we are investigating, we get to it. We're serious. We want to get results. We want people to see results, and we want to see it for ourselves more than anything.
Yeah, the lead up to Hoppers was like we were all just sort of chilling, and Paul was in the woods with his big stick going like that, and it was just really funny. And then once you start, it's like, right, focus, right, everyone, you like that. Yeah. I think there's a with me, because I've got like, and I know it can sometimes come across a little bit like militant, I suppose, but it's not. It's because I've like got media education and stuff with me, and I've done like directing and things like that. It's almost like this sort of director head just suddenly just go, and I and once I'm like, it's like cameras are rolling, it's like, okay, right, you're gonna be right, stand and and I just turn into like this natural like director mode. See, and then I forget that other teams are there and they're not part of Haunted the Truth, and I'm like, oh. So when I've got no experience with like directing or camera or anything like technical or anything like that. But when we start our videos as Bristol Paranormal Hunters, before we even start our videos, I'm looking up to Sean and I'm saying, right, and I'm putting my hands up, you know, as you do the frame like of the camera. Yeah.
And I'm like, right, you're gonna stand there. I'm going to sweep into this part here, and I'm going to come into you, and that's when you're going to start to talk, and you're going to say, blah. And then that's how we do it, and then that's how we get our intros sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I envision, like on Hoppers Woods, when I envisioned Ranger Paul tied to a tree on fire screaming.
Yeah, I leave the very, what's it called? The more... cinematic-y stuff, cinematography stuff,
Yeah.
and the fancy stuff to Chris to decide on, because like I get I can't plan
that
stuff
one with
like
Ranger
that.
Paul when he was on fire and the flames and that, like screaming into the
Yeah.
tree that you know we've all got on our trailer, and that was like a quick snap in my head. I thought, oh, that'd be fucking excellent. Like, you know what I mean? That'd be an amazing start.
What wasn't excellent was you saying, right, we're going to tie Mark to a tree and actually light a fire under him. That was not so much excellent. What's people saying?
Well,
Dave's
at
asked.
first it was Mark. I'm not gonna lie, it was Mark. I thought Mark
No,
to a tree,
no.
That'd be fucking funny. Like,
Yeah, maybe funny for the watchers and viewers, but not for me. Dave has asked, has anyone of a religious persuasion tried to warn you off your work? Not once we're in a place, no.
No,
I do know
when we go out, we're very respectful.
There is
and even if it is like churches and stuff, we're respectful.
Well, we got to bear in mind though that like there are people out there that this is the sort of things I was on about. You remember I did the big I don't know if we can like say this, I don't know if we can say that about witches thing the last time.
Yep.
Right, so this is the comment that I got. Speaking as a pagan and a witch, when you enter a woods or a forest and come across branches or markings or things like that, please could you respect them as you would be walking in, like you would if you was walking into a Christian church. The woods and forests nature is our church. We do not harm unless attacked. So that's what they're saying,
so
right?
That is probably in regards to Jason.
Putting the thingy down. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, all we've got to go off is Paul saying this isn't white witches here, this is negative. And then it's like, all right, if it's negative, let's pull this shit down. That's what. So if we've pulled that down, we've been given the false information. You know what I mean? It's not. So in short, blame Paul.
If it does offend anybody, we do apologise. Yeah, blame Paul.
Blame Paul. Most respect for any religion of that are people that are alive and practicing witchcraft, whatever religion they may be, we've always got the highest respect for.
Oh yeah.
We're not chasing the living. We're not. You know, even if we find out the history of a place, and you know there are certain things you can't say that happen there out of respect for those people.
Yeah.
Don't
go fully into the whole story because it's, you know, they may have families still living.
Yeah, the clock tower. There's the name of the gentleman that apparently burnt to death in there, and they asked me not to reveal his name on video, and I've respected their decision to not do that.
It's the same as Snuff Mills, Mark. The names that you know that you don't really speak of.
Do we not?
Remember we went to Snuff Mills and you were like, I'm not really supposed to say this on camera, but I'm going to say the names anyway, blah, 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 before we started filming.
I can't remember.
Oh.
I can't really say the names because obviously, like...
Well, I mentioned June and Royston like a hell of a lot.
That is it then. So yeah, I got that wrong, sorry.
Oh, right, yeah. What I was
like, in any instance, like, if there was, what I'm trying to say is, if we ever did come across a name that, you know, we wouldn't put that on video.
You wouldn't release it, no.
Family and all that sort of stuff, you know, it's not nice to have.
Josh bloody went in a Snuff Mills the first time round, and he was there going, Royston, what sort of a name's Royston? It sounds like Royston Pickles. And he started like mocking it. Right, that's Josh, and I'm like, Josh, you can't do that. This is a child that's been murdered and dumped down here, and he just didn't seem to understand it. And is saying at the end of the day, you can. It's up to you what you do, but personally, the idea of winding stuff up isn't really for her. Well, it's each to their own. It's each to their own.
That's the way she works. But we work the way we work.
Like, no, too many people are talking now.
I'm glad you're okay now, Anne. But yeah, it's just how we've adapted to make stuff work, and it gets results.
Teflon Guan. Teflon, is that Welsh? Teflon Guan. Says Bristol is full of spirits. Well, which ones? Because I know there's a bit of that here as well. Yeah.
It is
Dan-
a pirate town.
Dan's back. He had to nip off and come back. Not to worry, Dan doesn't know where he's there. Are we all finished investigating hoppers now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've done that now. Enough. We've got what we
Hmm.
can out of that. I think out of respect for whatever's in them woods, because there is something there. I don't care what anyone says. Out of respect for them woods, we've done our bit, and we can now back off and let whatever be there be there.
I don't know if I can give that stance or not. Only because, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because that first spot, I just now, because when we went there, the first time we went there, we spent so much time trying to find the site of the houses, only to find out that we were at the site of the houses. I just want that extra, because we weren't there, that it was like maybe 2 hours. We only got like 2 hours in that spot, and I just like, I need to, maybe. I mean, it's not my decision anyway, it's mine and the rest of the team if they'd wanted to or not. Unless I had a mad one and just went up there on my fucking wands and didn't do it part of Haunted the Truth at all.
No, you're not done that.
That's what I would probably want to do, like a lot longer.
And we got to get you to the farmhouse. Yeah. Many years ago, I got approached by a vicar to help with potential possession. A vicar? Because vicars are pronounced to not really believe in possession. That's strange. Priests do, but vicars don't really deal in that sort of thing.
A vicar and a priest are two different things, really.
Yeah.
Anne's just waiting on a date to give her, and then she will be there. We were looking to do it soon, maybe. I guess, yeah.
Absolutely.
Couple of maybe sometime after Woodchester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be camping at the farmhouse. Oh, it might be bloody cold then, though. I'd have to take a little portable heater.
Cool. We're gonna camp there.
Oh, yeah.
The Cosmic Twilight.
Really
Evening,
good
lads. What is the most haunted place you have investigated in Bristol? One that you can get to? Snuff Mills. Oh, actually, that's going to be... It's close cut to Barrow Gurney, but Barrow Gurney's gone now.
What about Lee Woods?
Lee Woods, I've not had enough there to out of the places which myself and the team have been to a lot. I can comfortably say Snuff Mills is mental. Lee Woods has got another ball game. Lee Woods is something not right there at all. Oh, Lee Woods is scarier than Snuff Mills. If it was the scariest place, then Lee Woods.
For me, I feel the farmhouse has got a lot more to give.
Do you know what I want to say?
Does that count as Bristol? No,
Bristol?
No, it doesn't.
And it is haunted. I will say that on a live. That place is haunted.
Well, you wait. You can see the video coming up. You wait and see what I have to say.
Yeah,
because there's some stuff. There's some stuff that I say in that video, and you're going to be shocked to see what I'm like. I'm telling you now. The way Chris has put me across in it, you'll be shocked.
I want to say there's something very, very, very wrong with that house.
Absolutely.
Very wrong.
100%.
Well, yeah, it needs a bit of DIY work. It needs a bit of plastering. And
yeah, that's what I mean. Wallpaper.
Get Nick Knowles round there. Yeah, the Poltergeist house definitely is up there. If the farmhouse is in Bristol, then the farmhouse is definitely up there as well. But I think it's technically outside of Bristol.
Yeah, I think it's classed as Somerset, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about some of the tunnels that we've done under the suspension bridge and stuff? Because there's a lot of them, and we've done quite a few. There is one that sticks in my mind, and that's that one where it was like a World War II storage facility.
With the water on the floor.
Yeah, with the water in the floor. That place is creepy.
The water under the floor.
Haunted, I'm not sure, but definitely creepy.
Yeah.
What, the Barragurney one?
No,
No,
this is on
no.
this is on the portway of
First
in
tunnel
Bristol.
that we did on Broadway, the very first one, it's all the floors just water.
Okay.
You've got steps and
It's got a huge safe at the end. It's got 2 floors with
Guys,
different rooms.
before
in
we go through the rest of these comments, my dad sent me this clip. Apparently, I don't know where you get into them, but there's entrances somewhere in Bristol. A lot of them have been sealed off, and it takes you to like old, like Victorian style streets underneath
I've
the
been
streets
told
of
about
Bristol.
Yeah,
and there's fucking road
that's
signs and
true.
shit. There's road signs.
The entrances is by Bristol Bridge, and it's like a
We've seen. Me and Paul have actually seen pictures of
where
that.
that's where it is. By St Nick's Market, there's a manhole cover, and one of those down and through into the streets.
Yeah, we need to find this. If someone can find this, we all need to go there.
I know roughly.
That'd be like that film, As Above, So Below.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you through first.
Tell
Tell Flon Gwan, I don't know if you're saying your name right, said, lads, have you ever been to Brockley Combe near Bristol Airport?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is
Yes,
it?
Yes, we have.
I don't know if I've been there. What is it?
There's something not right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe
That place
It's
creepy as
it is
hell.
fucking weird there.
Oh, it's like a woodland.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And there's a part of the woodland.
Yeah,
Fucking hell, it's
that
huge.
just is unhinged there. I'm telling you.
I'm putting that on the list. Hang on, where's my list?
Yeah, you'd like that one, Mark. Seriously.
Yeah.
Dan, I don't know if I'm able to because I will be recovering from my ankle surgery after Woodchester Mansion. I mean, to do the farmhouse. Dave, all the best with that. Yeah, I'm hoping it works out, Dan, because you've had that issue for ages now. Wouldn't it be great if he comes out of it and he's like Usain Bolt and he can just like fucking do long jumps and all sorts? We may be coming to Woodchester Mansion too. Oh, okay. I don't know how many people I'm actually physically allowed, mind. There is a maximum number that I'm allowed to take. So obviously, Anne, if it was you and then the rest of your team, I don't know if that will go over that number. Because there's quite a lot of us already.
Yeah, because you don't want to overdo halfway farm because it'll be too many people, too many owners.
No, not halfway. She's talking about Woodchester. We may be coming to Woodchester Mansion, but the actual owner. I have a limit to how many people with the payment with the payment pack that I've chosen, that I'm allowed only a certain amount of people. That's not my decision. That is in the contract. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, Paul wanted a spot there as well.
Where's that?
Yeah, no, I think I can fit him in, but obviously it's 70, was it 70? Well, no, 40. What was it? 45? 45? I fucking can't remember.
45, yeah.
Dan, yes, I'm indefinitely going to Woodchester Mansion, but after that I don't know. Well, if it won't cure the nerve damage, but hopefully it will straighten my foot out. We'll let you know, Mark. Sounds painful. Yeah. Well, hopefully they need to get on and start making like bionic limbs and stuff, like full on, like where it just properly gets.
Have you seen the cars they got already that drive themselves?
Yeah, fully automatic. They're really good.
Yeah.
They're cracking. Has anyone else got any other questions? Obviously, with the subject of the matter of the actual thing we're doing, and obviously going back to the taunting side of things, it is a bit mad for us to taunt things that we don't understand and then have issues later on coming home. Because someone said to me once, if I could see the thing that I was winding up, I probably wouldn't wind it up. Because it's like jumping into a
Probably
lion.
not, but
Like, would you go into the
probably
woods?
not. But then we do what we do to see them. We
Would
wind
you-
them up so we get them to show themselves.
Yeah, but you don't know
Same
what
thing.
it looks like. So you could go into like a desert and someone could say, oh, there's something really crazy here and it's dangerous and you shouldn't wind it up. But then you wind it up because you haven't seen it yet. Right? But then if I told you, right, I'm going to send you to the savannah and wind up the lions, you know what lions are and you're not going to wind them up. it's that
exactly.
it's that idea.
Love you.
Irish joke here, but he threw the brick. And if you heard it.
Even I sometimes go, I don't know if I'm going to say that. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Like, at the end of the day, I'm only trying and testing things which I've sort of done over time. I'd much rather go into a place and just be like, hey, if you're here, could you please do something? And then get that level of activity of madness. That would be ideal.
Exactly.
I would get less of a sore. I'd get less of a sore throat shouting. That's what I mean. This is clove oil, by the way.
That's doing your baby noise as well. That, yeah.
I've never seen anyone on a live eating their tea before.
Oh, you have now.
I wonder if any old nuclear bunkers are right. If you want to get in there and you want, if you want to get in there and you want to do it and you're happy to go down it and you want to do it, and I can convince Josh to come down it, and if it's safe and it hasn't been blocked off yet,
Nick Ryan's ladder.
we can go to Bethel Quarry. If you're happy going down a 60-meter down ladder.
That one I haven't been to yet, Mark.
No problem.
It's underground and it's a bunker which was used in the Civil War.
Me too. No
I
problem.
haven't actually done that.
I'll slide down the ladder.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I can find it for you. I know exactly where it is. You have to go in dead of night with no torches, otherwise Farmer Giles comes out.
With a shotgun.
Yeah. I wonder. Oh, I've read that. I've told you this before. You don't know what you're messing with, but what I do is that is vastly more powerful than. Wait, I can't read that. Let me move that light. I've told you this before. I don't know what you're messing with, but what I do know is that it's vastly more powerful than you and I. This is why I let whoever does what they do it, because it's that affects and it's you that it takes it home. Yes, I get affected, but that's from the energy and not the emotion, nothing else. You could also, I mean, I suppose if there is in the same sense, if we fully, let's say we did actually know 100% what this was, and let's hypothetically say it's demons, right? Hypothetically, it's demons, right? And we're going in and we're shouting at them. Well, surely if we knew that it was demons, we would also know how to protect ourselves against said demons, because there's priests out there that do exorcisms and they do aggressively shout at these demonic forces.
They do, yeah.
And but on the other hand, if it is demons and they exist, they also use the power of God to stop possession themselves. Apart from in The Exorcist when he goes, take me, okay, just so you lot know, the Dreadmare premiere video tonight is at 9. It's only 11 minutes long, but don't be judgy on that, because I'm telling you now, it was a nasty thing to edit. It took ages. Yeah, if you've just tuned in, you didn't catch the start of this. I was talking about how Chris was trying to edit the episode that's coming out on Dreadmare Inc. at 9, and it caused him a right ball ache to do. A right ball ache.
Is that going to be on the Dreadmare, or is that going to be? It's going to be on Dreadmare, yeah.
Yeah. I said I stuck by my word when I said I'm not going to be using it for Haunting of the Truth and it can be used for Dreadmare. I stuck by my word, and I let everybody have free reign of the footage that I filmed to do with it what they wanted. And you used a little bit of it, and Stu used a little bit of it, and Chris used a little bit of it. And it's nice to see what people have done with what I filmed. and I could just sit on my ass and let other people edit it. That was nice for once.
After this episode of Dreadmare, if they want to go over and watch the full vids, do so. You'll see.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Definitely.
The preparations for those exorcisms take days of intense prayers, etc. So they probably do several like Hail Marys and all that malarkey. I'll tell you what I have got though. Right, let's see if I can find it. Where did I put it? I'm gonna have a little goosey gander to see if I can find it.
We do.
Hey, what?
If you know, we're doomed. If you don't know where you put it.
I've got like 8 hard drives, so you need to bear with me. I've got backups of backups of backups. My backups.
Have you got backups for the backups, sir?
Got backups of backups of my backups. Oh shit, there's 8 of them.
Oh, don't say I've bloody deleted it by accident when I reformatted my computer. Did I? I bet I did.
You had the backup on the backup on the backup on the backup on the backup. You'd have been right, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I got angry and I didn't get angry. Things weren't working. I bought a new motherboard and I deleted loads of stuff.
Yeah,
Let's check these comments before I start waffling over with that. Hit the like. Anyone in Dreadmare not had any odd...
Like Bitcoin. They have all these all these computers in one warehouse. That's what he's got. That big fat cable coming from it into his house.
This is a point, right? Well, first of all, Dave's asked if anyone outside of Dreadmare's had things. I'm guessing he means people in the comments, because everybody that's currently on here is part of Dreadmare collaboration. And then that Taflon has put demonic powers come with smiles and falseness. Now, this is something that I've heard before. That if there's a demon in a place, it's not gonna actually display itself as something nasty and horrible and mean, because it wants to deceive you.
Mimics.
If anything,
mimics.
If anything, it would be like if someone like passed in my family, then they came to me, and then I was like, oh my god, that's my family member that came to me. If anything, that's the demon, according to religious scripture.
Yeah.
It's mimicking, isn't it?
Yeah, like we had in Hopper's Woods.
Like all of a sudden, you see, like I was here, the wife had gone out, and all of a sudden I heard my wife's voice clear as day.
Yeah.
I know she's there.
Well, some people call that like what do they call them, skinwalkers and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know about all of that. I've never come across stuff like that before. Let's have a look. I'm having a look for this file. Where did I put it? I swear it was in backups. I'm such a pillock sometimes. Usually mimics children.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, all sorts of things.
What does everyone think about animals as well?
People that passed away, anything like that, that plays on your emotions.
You got dogs, haven't you? So what's your thing on like animals?
Well, anything that's living, that's got a heartbeat and a brain and intelligence, it's got to have a soul.
No, I mean as in what they... Do you think they can see things that we can't see?
Pick them up.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely.
100%.
Chase does, definitely. 100%.
I've been in situations where, you know, I've seen animals literally bark at nothing.
I thought about bringing Chase on an investigation with me, because he's highly trained as well.
Be interesting.
I mean, he's excellent. But,
Snuff Mills, just test.
Yeah, they do. You need whistles. You need a bait. Definitely.
What's hello Elliot. Yes, completely believe animals have consent stuff. Hey, you need a boat?
Hold on.
We're looking at those underground places that the Bristol thing. Look. Oh shit! Where'd it go?
The underground. Oh, you need a boat to get in them.
Yes.
You need what?
A boat.
A boat.
Yeah, rubber dinghy.
Do you know what that reminds me? Have you seen those crazy Russians that go to Chernobyl and they go in their little boat?
Yeah.
That's what that makes me think of.
I imagine that film. Have you ever seen that film, Species?
Species, I don't know. Maybe.
You should have a look at that one. It's a good film. It's about an alien that gets born as a human.
Yeah.
Through genetic, like messing about and stuff, and she escapes and goes into the sewer system and basically like starts killing everybody and stuff, and all the police and stuff go down into this sewer system to try and find her, and she just picks them off one by one.
I have heard of it, but I've seen so many. I've seen so many bloody films.
And there's Species too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen them.
Oh.
As good as the very first, what was it called? Evil Dead.
Oh, that's quality. The original, though.
First one, that was rubbish.
The original, the first one. The other ones are rubbish.
Yeah.
The remake wasn't too bad, to be fair. It was quite a good film, but the original, you can't beat the original.
Well, most originals are the best, aren't they? Look what happened. Look what happened with A Nightmare on Elm Street when they remade it. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was
exactly. Exactly.
I was like, what? It wasn't long after Freddy vs. Jason come out. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, Freddy vs. Jason. That was. Yeah. I have no words for that one.
It's just mad. They were meant to make a second one, but they couldn't.
Freddy films.
They were meant. They were. Oh, it's Dream Warriors is the best one.
Number four is the best one, I think, with Freddy Krueger.
What, Dream Child? Was it Dream Child? Dream Warriors?
Yeah.
Dream Child might have been number 5. Oh, hang on. Let me have a look.
I got that as well, the whole box set.
Get out the camera. Quiet.
Dream Master. That's number 4. What did he just do?
Wrapping up.
Eh?
No, it was a cigarette. I had a drag cigarette by mistake.
Oh, right. That's your cigarette. I mean, yeah. It's huge. It's YouTube, so I mean, Josh smokes all the time with cigarettes, so.
I'm trying to be discreet.
If you go watch EastEnders, you got Dot Cotton fucking. She's not in it anymore. She's dead. But you know what I mean. She was always on the fucking. Is she dead? I think she's dead. The lady that played her. Yeah. But I can't find this bloody file. But I did have a file of the prayer thingy, didn't I? The book that bloody Paul said to get. It was like the deliverance prayers book thing, and I took all the details and I had it, but now I seem to have lost the whole bloody thing, which is kind of annoying because I'd like.
Oh, there it is.
Nah, I can't find it anywhere. I was like, I thought I backed it up before I deleted everything, but clearly I didn't.
Saying about tunnels, Farley was another good one, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
Tunnel, yeah.
Should we do it and go all the way to the other fucking end?
Yeah.
An hour walk.
The Farley, that gave really good that night when we went. Good,
something not right about that place as well. I tell you, the smell down there.
It just spoke.
Yeah, it just went, hey, It's in my it's in the trailer for Haunted the Truth. Our former Springer Spaniel started barking at the EMP seat next to me. What, just? Or in general? That's happened. We better start thinking about wrapping this up anyway. Wrap it up in 5 minutes so people can go and have a pee and a poo and get something to eat before watching the Dreadmare episode.
Or the amazing video.
Yeah. Because otherwise we'll leave it too close and it won't give people enough time to have a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But if there's anything anyone else wants to say in the last 5 minutes, then now speak now. And
speak or forever hold your peace.
Do you know, I was going to go into a church dressed as a lemur and go during that moment, but I didn't do it. Paul and Twingo need to go back to our witch's cursed village and get that sorted. Yeah, he spoke about that quite a lot. The cursed village. And then he says too much when he's on the live. He says too much, and then he has to delete it.
I'd like to go to one of these massive haunted villages in like America, like a derelict town. Like, that'd be amazing, and just spend like a couple of days there or something.
I think I'd feel like I'm in The Walking Dead. I'd be walking around going, Coral! Coral! Like that all bloody day.
Why is it America seems to have the most haunted places there? Is it because the country's so big or what?
It never really, well, there is a vast amount, but it never really made sense because there's more old places in England. There's places in England that are older than most of America.
Yeah.
But New Orleans, apparently, I've been there, and in fact, I don't know if it's been built. Well, you can't anymore. They've taken off. Like, you can't even see it on Google Maps, and they've changed the way it looks. But
Apparently, I got told.
There's a house called the La Lorraine Mansion in New Orleans, which was up for sale recently, and Madame Lorraine, whatever her bloody name was, she used to have slaves, so like African American slaves back in the day, and they would be on like the top floor, but she was like a bit of a sadomasochist type character, so she would she would do things to them, like, for example, cut their gut open and take their intestines out and wrap them round them to see if they could still digest food, and they would break people's bones to make them like spiders to see if they could still move about, and then the bones would set back the wrong way. When they bought the house, they were doing the like doing it up, they pulled the floorboards up and there was skeletons under the floorboards and there were scratch marks on the floorboards. But what happened was one of the slaves got loose and they caught fire to the kitchen and the whole house caught on fire, and the fire brigade went in and one of the windows was had a boarded up on the window at the top. And apparently the story is that when they went to the top floor, they were trying to release all these slaves and take the cuffs off of them and that, and one of them got loose and didn't know what was going on, panicked and just jumped out of the third-story building. And that house apparently is ridiculously haunted. And yeah, that's somewhere I want to do. I know what you're on about, I can't read that word. Pinhead was originally going to be in the final scene of Freddy vs. Jason. He was.
But
the thing is, it'd have to be the original house, not the one from the movie, because obviously that's just a film thing. Anyway, we're going to have to wrap it. We're going to have to wrap up. So if people want to get into saucy conversations about movies and crazy locations, it's going to have to be for another live. Because... Gotta make way for the Dreadmare episode that's coming on straight after this. So head over to Dreadmare Inc. after this. If you're watching this on repeat, the video will already be up. But it's currently the 8th of the 9th, 2024, and the video is starting in half an hour. So go over there until.
If you ain't caught it live, remember, like, subscribe, and share Dreadmare and everybody that are involved with Dreadmare.
Yes. And
thank you.
And watch all the videos.
Every single video.
And just like comment as well, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, bye.
Peace.